I first learned to ride a motorcycle in April of 2017, I had that adventurous excitement. You know the feeling, right? Good, I'm glad I'm not the only one on this because it's a part of motorcycling adventure that is both good and bad. For those of you that are unfamiliar, adventurous excitement is a weird combination of happiness and fear. You feel so giddy you almost don't know what you're doing when you do it. Nearly everything is funny to you or you crack jokes no matter where you are. The fear side of things is not a bad thing. That's excitement of the unknown. It's the type of fear where you know you're going to face challenges and you're not sure if you'll overcome them or fall flat on your face. Either way, you don't care because it's an adventure. So what happens after a small bike adventure? What follows are experiences I had on nearly every trip. I love talking about adventure, so let's get started. This is the third video in a series of small bike adventure videos. It's not necessary to watch the other videos before this one, but when you get a chance, go ahead and watch the other two. If you like this video, you won't be disappointed in the others. During your adventure, you spend a lot of time thinking. For someone as contemplative as myself, this is an amazing experience. Even while you're thinking about everything, from where you're going to wash your underwear next to how the hell are you going to get unstuck from that sand you just rode through, your mind is still in the moment. But as your adventure winds down, you begin to think more about the future than the present. As the Route 66 series wound down, I was facing the challenges of riding in the cold and rain, but it was still exciting to think about the future of this channel and all my friends I've made along the way. Despite my wet, frozen feet and hands, between the many thoughts of having heated grips on my next bike, I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted out of the experience of creating motorcycle content and where it'd take me and anyone else crazy enough to follow along. It's clear a few things have disrupted my paths over the last year, but I'm still on that path. A big part of that is balancing what viewers want to see with doing it on my own terms. Sounds a lot like life, huh? Okay, sorry for the rabbit hole. But it's a great example of how you begin talking about the future rather than the present as your adventure comes to an end. While on an adventure, you become comfortable with the uncomfortable and unpredictability of all the craziness. Despite that, there is a certain relief of normalcy when you return. I meet a ton of great people while on an adventure, and I now have a lot of great friendships because of the Route 66 trip.
I know how to fix it.
Okay.
Okay?
Right, I'm on it.
We can go to St. Louis,
Okay.
find a Kawasaki dealer, and you could trade this in on a KLR.
That's the best solution I've heard in a long time.
You would have enough gas to get home with one fill up, and you wouldn't have to worry about this stuff anymore.
But if you're anything like me, you live in the present as much as possible. You have family and friends at home, but on an adventure, especially a solo one, it's difficult to communicate with those you care about at home the same way you would if you're back in their daily orbit. When you return home, you begin to rebuild those relationships. This doesn't mean that travel or adventures destroys relationship. The exact opposite, actually. What it means is that it's difficult to have the same type of communication while apart. And there is a great deal of relief when you return to normalcy of the type of communication you had before you left on your adventure. This is true for both the adventure and the friends and family they return to. The very first thing Kate said to me when I told her that I'd likely go on some solo adventures in 2021 was that she'd miss me. I'd miss her too. But oh, so tasty it would be for both of us when I return. Not only do you find relief in the normalcy of being around those you've missed, you begin to enjoy other creature comforts of home. I'm not talking about watching The Mandalorian on Disney+, though that's a pretty amazing show. Can you believe how cute Baby Yoda is? And fuck you for questioning my manhood for saying so. It's a known fact how cute that thing is. Anyway, what I'm talking about is sitting on your very own couch with those you care about while watching The Mandalorian. Your very own couch. It's the familiarity, that normalcy. I'm talking about using your own French press to make coffee, rather than getting ground stuck in your teeth while drinking cowboy coffee. Talking about snuggling up to someone you care about in your own bed. Ah, your own bed. The comfort of being uncomfortable on an adventure is a wonderful experience. But after a long, challenging adventure, returning to familiarity and normalcy is one of the sweetest things in life. After a few days of relishing normalcy and the familiar, one of the toughest experiences after an adventure has ended overtakes you. Post-adventure depression. This phenomena is really poorly documented, but after years of adventures in many different forms, I am here to say that it is 100% real. I have family members and friends that suffer from depression, so I'm not trying to trivialize this at all. But after a kaleidoscope of daily adventurous challenges, new friends, changes in temperature and comfort, stretching your mind and body to the limits, and throwing your brain into all kinds of crazy directions, home life just seems a bit, well, dull. How do you get over the post-adventure blues? For one, just like heartbreak, it takes time. After a dizzying adventure, your mind and body need time to readjust. Give it time. Another cure is the tactic many of us are doing to get through the craziness of a worldwide pandemic. Start planning and working on projects. The key here is to not do it alone. So grab your best friend or partner and build a motorcycle. Develop plans for a chicken coop, or do what Kate and I planned, build a canoe. Having something for your idle mind and hands and someone to do it with is the perfect cure for any depression. Once you get through post-adventure depression, planning for the next adventure is a perfect way to kick off the next one. I have a ton of great adventures planned for 2021. I'd love for everyone watching this video to be part of them, either vicarious through this channel or in person, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe and keep your wheels rolling in the right direction. I'll see you in the next video.